Hi, I wanted to go ahead and share a little bit about the classroom layout that I created. This was created with the intentions of it being used for me, possibly being a second grade teacher, an upper primary aged, or an early elementary aged classroom teacher. And this is the layout that I had created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about all the different areas of the room, what they're used for, and why I put them there, and exactly my thought processes behind the entire creation of this layout. So starting up at the very front of the room, I'm going to go ahead and make a little cursor, a little box that you're going to see highlighted. You're going to see a group rug. It's going to say bar seating, stage area, and the board. This is kind of the central point or the central park of the classroom that everyone is able to congregate at. Maybe it is to share, maybe it is for a little bit of a direct teaching moment, or maybe it is for us to all just come together as a classroom unit. So the group rug, we all know what a group rug is, but what I did is I like to take a twist on this, typically leading towards the flexible seating kind of trend that's going on right now. So what I have seen be very, very effective in some classrooms, personally, is a stage area kind of right in front of the board or the smartboard area as a way to highlight students that are displaying great effort or producing quality work. And also this is a great safe way for the students to be able to use the smartboard. Sometimes they're a little too short, and so it's kind of hard to get to some of the things on the smartboard. So I think this would be a great way for some of these things to be achieved. Also, I have right behind the group rug is bar seating. I really like this concept, and I've seen it on some things online. Haven't seen it in use, but I'd love to do it and see for myself, is to create a bar, an island style seating directly behind the group rug. Sometimes you have those students that really just need to sit in a seat. Sitting on the rug can be too much. Therefore, I would like to try to see how this would work is with the bar seating, with maybe a couple bar stools behind it where they could do their work, and maybe even use it as a reward seating, as it is kind of a cool option that you don't see that often. So we additionally have up in the corner, I'll go hop right over to this corner and I'll make my box a little smaller. So what I have is a math word wall. In the district that I work at currently, they're trying to work towards this to create a good math word wall that's explicitly for math concepts and vocabulary and that academic language that's used. This is to help support students really understanding what those words mean and how to apply them and use them. And it's just a constant reminder, as sometimes they forget the actual academic language that's associated with the concepts. They just tend to go back to the strategies or not really be able to explain using the proper terminology. I also have another kind of preferential style seating for the coffee table seating. I'm going to go ahead and hop right on over behind the bar seating to this big area right here. This is going to be where mainly the students' desks are. So we have, our one square table or rectangle table. That's going to have the most of the students sitting at. I have these individual desks over here, and I understand that that might not be developmentally appropriate or best practice, but sometimes some students just need to sit by themselves, and that's okay, and that's normal. So group work is always best, and collaboration is best, which can still be achieved with these desks being put together. We also have another circle style table with maybe less people at it, okay? So right behind that, I have a tech station. This might be the district's or the classroom's computers, laptops, iPads, Chromebooks, whatever needs to be back there. Just create a little spot for that. Okay, back here is probably one of the most important parts to the teacher and to the classroom, in my personal opinion, is going to be the small group table. I've seen a big switch in teaching being guided quite often by teacher instruction in like small guided reading groups, not guided reading, but guided groups. So, guided reading, guided math, guided science, guided anything. And personally, I enjoy that. I know that's best practice. So there needs to be a designated space for that. But why not also have that serve a multi-purpose and that be the teacher's desk and the teacher's prep and work area as well. Okay. We have a library just because if it's a second grade or a third grade classroom, you're still going to need a library. And if it's a math classroom, there are plenty of math texts that can be used, or even other texts that can be used as a cross connection to mathematics. Also, what I would put is over here at the door. This is a sink restroom storage area. Do you see that red line right around here? I'll move my cursor, but I'm not sure if you can see it. By the door, I'd love to have an iPad mounted on the wall for students to check in, maybe to do some sort of assessments, bell ringers, or even exit tickets. Couldn't think of the word, but exit tickets and things like that. Additionally, this would also be a great place for you to use the iPad with the program Seesaw, Classes Dojo, Google Classroom, where they can upload their work and explain their work through the iPad. Just this is creating more of a digital footprint, and also is allowing students to use technology to become accountable for their learning. Okay, so all of these different things are part of my idea of what I would like my classroom to look like if I was a second or third grade teacher, and specifically a mathematics teacher. I feel that these are super important, and I think that it will be a great functioning classroom to use.